Hi, I'm Omar AlSharif.
I'm Dina Shoman.
And I'm Kamal Al Samarrai. We are the co-founders of Verity.
And you're listening to GGUTT Talks.
GGUTT.
Cool. That was a masterpiece with mute on mute. Yeah.
Thank you for listening. And make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment. And don't forget to watch the full episode. Thanks again for listening to GGUTT Talks.
We consider it as something that everyone should learn. So it does prepare you for your personal life. It prepares you for your career life. It prepares you even if you want to become an entrepreneur and just to build your own different skills that come part and parcel with the financial skills. So there's many embedded skills that people don't realize are part of financial literacy. So for example, saving, it takes a lot of patience to save. And that's one of the, for example, skills that younger kids can learn from 5 or 6 years old. So there's a lot of these other skills. There's also like being fair or how to take calculated risks. It's not all financial. It also applies to their everyday life and their personalities.
If I may add to Dina's, so even tidying your bed, it's part of actually getting them on a routine, so a daily routine. So that's very important. So one is putting them on a routine. They know that they need to do these daily tasks. Basically, they have a schedule and so on. It helps them in their careers basically to say, okay, I have all of these tasks. Which one do I have to do first? Which one do I have to do second and so on? And then put them in a category basically and be able to do them, get feedback on them. All of these tiny little things are things that will help them in the future. It's not the task itself, it's just going through the process that also helps them in doing it.
Cool. And how are you guys working as a team? How I know, Omar, you knew both of them before, Kamal and Dina, but how's it going? Like who's doing what? Do you fight? Do you argue?
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Who doesn't fight and argue? It's all part and parcel. But the main thing is we're getting through it as a team. We get through decisions as a team, and it's easier. A lot of investors have questions like this, like, "Oh, what are your titles?" We don't, because there's 3 of us. Decision process is always a majority, right? 2 out of 3. It's never a clash of heads. It's never a kind of, one person says this and one person says that. Because there's 3 of us, we have all come to the mature decision that if the majority makes a decision, then the minority goes with that. And that's how we work. So, for us, what we've done as a mature founding team is split our responsibilities rather than our titles, right? So as you see, when you ask the questions about the product, Omar jumped onto that because he heads up product and he heads up marketing. Dina, as you can tell, heads up the education, heads up the impact. Okay, and I head up investor relations and finance. So we have very clearly our roles set within the firm, within the team that makes us work perfectly. I wouldn't say perfectly, but we work well together. And I don't think we've had any major issues.
Cool. And another question: Did you raise money? If you want to talk about it, and how was it to raise money? Because you haven't launched yet, so you don't have traction just yet.
Raising money is fun. We've done pretty well. We're not at the stage where we can discuss the exact amounts right now, but we've done pretty well. Everyone is very interested in what we have to offer. We've also had almost too many kind of people wanting to invest, but we have to be careful as well. Because we're very early on and before our launch, we because of being 3 founding shareholders, dilution is always an issue as well. So at the moment, fundraising has gone well. We'll announce it as soon as we're ready. And yeah, that's where we are with that.
Cool. I just want to touch on something when you said, Kamal, that you work perfectly together. Well, not perfectly, that's what you said. Yeah. And then Dina started laughing.
Yeah.
It's just the dynamics between I also was laughing because, I think choosing co-founders is as difficult, if not more difficult, than choosing a spouse.
Yeah.
Somehow, but yet like it happens so fast and we get along really well, but we do have our moments and,
sure.
they're tough. They're tough. It's not easy. but it's like imperfectly perfect, I would say, in some ways. But that's why I was laughing. And I just, like, for me, I love the dynamics. I love the sense of humor. I love the jokes where, you know, we're serious, but we don't take ourselves so seriously, and we're serious about what we want to do and accomplish. And it's just fun.
Yeah, I think, I mean, just through Zoom, you're really, no one tries to be, you know, in the limelight or anything like that. So I get what you mean, Omar, when you said, can the three of us be on this podcast? Because, you know, it's, I think people, and I would even imagine investors would like to hang around with you guys. So
Yeah,
just
we
because
hope
it's
so.
fun. So
Yeah, we hope so.
We hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And kids. So did
Yeah.
you spend time with them? Dina, I know you have. So did you spend time with kids and getting them ready to, you know, Verity coming soon?
It's within the plans. So we are actually going to have testing help from kids all around us, basically, and from different groups that we are talking to. We also talked to a lot of parents and their kids. So we had surveys / interviews, one-on-one interviews with families, just to make sure that the kids like it, the parents like it, and so on. So we're interacting with them. We're listening to what they want to see within the app itself. And both Dina and I have a nephew, and so Dina has a niece, I have a nephew, and Kamal has a daughter. So we are interacting with those on a daily basis, just to make sure that we are always have kids around us.
Cool. And
each other.
Yeah, we're also kids. Like every day, one is the parent, and the other two are the kids.
Oh, absolutely.
So, so we pick who's the parent of the day, basically.
Yeah, I was gonna say the roles change all the time.
Always.
How you're gonna measure the impact you're making, by the way? That's a tough one, I know, but
it's actually not, because, you know, we live in a world where data is very easily collected and measured now with the technologies and whatnot. So we'll be looking a lot at children's behaviors in the app, how they change over time, how much they start saving more or making more calculated decisions when they want to spend. And also we're looking at the giving as well to see how that changes over time. So that will be happening, of course, once we have a good base and some time has passed, so we can have some baseline data. And then we will be starting to, you know, integrate other things to see how can we influence the behaviors more positively to teach them the skills that we're trying to teach them.
Cool. And I think that I saw that you're creating some content as well, and that can help, because I was looking, they look nice, you know, so someone would want to go through this. Yeah, I don't know if you guys want to add something. Is there anything we did? Obviously, in an hour, we cannot touch on everything, but is there anything you guys want to talk about we didn't talk about?
I think if Omar can talk a little more on the security aspect of the app and the parental controls, maybe that would be very useful.
Yeah, sure. So in terms of security, basically, so this is very important for us because we want to make sure that kids have a safe environment for them to play with / work around and learn from. So we make sure that the parents monitor the kids' transactions. Basically, they can set limits on the cards themselves, and also they can block unwanted retailers and online interactions that they don't want their kids to go into and pay for. So all of these are available. We're making sure that the ecosystem as a whole is safe for children, and it's somewhere that is both fun to work in, but also something that won't expose them to anything that is dangerous for them at that age group.